Hello, YouTube community. I want to drop a video about Salem's Lot. I finally got around to watching it last night. I watched it last night, and I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I kept trying to find something wrong with it. I didn't find anything wrong with it. And that's looking through my eyes. Now, you look through a critic's eyes, then most likely you'll find a ton of stuff wrong with it. Also, if you read the books and if you're nitpicking and everything like that, then you'll find something wrong with it. I was trying to find something wrong with this movie last night. I really was. And I can honestly tell you guys, I liked it. I really did. I don't know what else I can tell you. I mean, because it's an hour and 53 minutes and 33 seconds long. It's a Max original. I have the original over there in my I got it over there in my collection. I think the original came out in 1979. So I was like, I think I was a year out of high school then. And I remember watching it. And I liked it. Now, I think there's one that came in the middle later on. Somebody said there was a Salem Lot 2 or something out there like that. I don't know if that's true. I never watched it. But so like a big dummy, I was listening to all the YouTubers, and this is not making fun of them, and they were slicing and dicing this thing. I mean, they were slicing and dicing it, and so I was like, wow, man, because Max has a lot of stuff on there that I like to watch. I love their originals and I love their content, but I don't rely on Max to watch movies that I have on my shelf. I'm a physical copy kind of guy. But when it comes to stuff like this, now maybe they'll sell this as a physical, because you know, I wouldn't mind owning this on the physical. Tell you the truth, I ain't gonna lie. I love the color palette on this thing. The color palette, the way that it was shot. I thought they could have done a little better with the older scenes, like it was supposed to be set at a time and the cars was kind of old and all that, but it looked like there was a few things in there they could have put in there more. Uh, but for the most part, uh, but I can see why some people would want this to. They could have done better with being a series. Maybe it should have been a series or something like that. So maybe this could have been a mini series, like because Max does make nice series, like 8 episode series. So maybe this could be. But man, that little kid in this movie, man, that little kid when he used that club and walked up behind that guy because that guy had him. The guy that was, I forgot the name of his name, but he the one that brought the vampire and was feeding. He was the one that was feeding people to the vampire guy. But when he caught that little kid and that little kid got out and he come looking for that little kid and that little kid come from behind him and hit him with that club and then killed him, I was like, man, you go, kid. That little kid was a trip, man. I like that little kid. Let's talk about the people that was in the movie. I didn't see anything wrong with them at all. Although I thought that chick, though, that he had the main character, which is the guy that wrote the book, that chick, man, she had a look about her. I thought I like the way she looked. I ain't gonna lie. It was just something about the way she looked. She was yeah. He ended up hooking up with her. But then she ends up getting bit. And then she ends up getting bit and she turns into a vampire. And he took that pretty hard. He had to end up killing her in the end. I was kind of disappointed because I wanted her to survive. But she didn't survive. And then there was a part where they all was coming out and they was trying to look. And they was trying to figure out, they said, man, because the whole town was messed up. And, they was trying to tell, there was people that I was liking in the movie. And every time I started liking somebody, I was like, oh, man, he got killed. Oh, man, she got killed. Like the doctor. I thought she was going to get away till that girl that he had the love interest, the main character wrote the book that he had the love interest for. Her mom did not like him. So when they went to the drive-in, because they figured out, they said, well, where are all these people during the day? Because, they come out in the sunlight, they catch on fire. It was pretty slick. They used the drive-in in the cars as coffins to shut themselves off from the light. So when they went to the drive-in, that's when they realized everybody was in those cars because all the cars was gone. Because I remember they was in the scene. They said, "What's missing?" And they looked, all the cars were gone. And so they were all inside the cars, and that way they could come out at night because the night they could survive, but daylight the sun would burn them up. I like when they had the crosses, when they put the cross up to the person and the cross would glow. I thought that was nice. I didn't think the main vampire guy, I thought his makeup and his makeup that he had on his face looked okay. That was another thing I was trying to say. I said, maybe they don't like that. And I looked at that and I was like, well, maybe they don't like that. Did it bother me? No, it didn't bother me. I was trying to figure out what else could be wrong with this movie that everybody's so upset about. No, I did not read the book, by the way. And yes, I know the book is probably much better. And yes, I know this is a Stephen King. And yes, I know I must be missing out on a lot of stuff that is the reason why nobody really likes this series. I think there's a few people out there that like it. When I was sitting down last night, man, and I was actually sitting down after it was over with, I said to myself, man, I kind of like this movie, man. I'm not going to lie, I like this movie. So I like the movie. And I like the climax. I like the end of it. I don't know. You had that priest. I kind of thought that priest, man, that had that drinking problem. I kind of thought, man, when he did that one-on-one with that main vampire dude, he wasn't going to make it because, he was fighting his inner demons himself because he was getting drunk a lot. And then he was preaching about God. And then he was in the church. And then, that one part where that doctor is trying to tell the doctor, he said, hey, man, so, these vampires. And she didn't believe him. Then she was like, and they was like, well, that woman's dead. They said, why don't you just wait till it starts getting dark? So they all decided to sit down in this place where they keep these, this dead woman's body because her son had died early. And the main guy and the girl that he liked, which she died, and he had the love interest for her. And then the doctor, they were down in that place where, where she does, checks, does an autopsy and stuff, and then they put him on the slab and put him in the freezer. Well, it was on a slab first and had a sheet over it. And so she was like thinking that this thing wasn't gonna, when it started getting dark, because she's telling them, and they're all standing there waiting to see if it'll raise up. Man, that scene was, at first the shoe fell off, and then she looked, and then the hand went down, and then she looked again, and then all of a sudden she was hollering for her son under the sheet. And then it was all like this, and then that woman's like, what the? And then the doctor woman, she got killed too in the end. But she was like, and then it ended up biting her, and then she ends up getting a rabies shot, and she sticks it in her. And then they save her by using a shot for rabies, and that's how she survived that bite. But then that woke her up when she seen that they was sitting there watching that thing when it started getting dark and it raised up. I thought that scene was pretty slick. I really did. So I don't know, you guys. I guess I'm just an odd man out. Did I tell you I'm an odd man out? Because there's times I've watched movies and I said to myself, man, I know this movie probably a lot of people ain't gonna like it. And sure enough, I get on YouTube and you got all these thumbnails, got all these different faces, and they'll tell you. But again, they do a good job of telling you why they don't like the movie. And they go into specifics. I can't say I don't have that talent. So my talent is to tell you that I like this movie, and I don't know why, but I do like the movie. I'm going to be very honest with you. So that's Salem's Lot. Max Original. And I'm going to watch it over just to see if I'm wrong. But for now, I liked it. God bless, and have a great day.